Here at Chonilla.com, we like to cuss. And if you don't want your kids to hear it, then listen to us when they're not around. But if you don't mind your kids listening to grown folks talk, then turn this shit up and let the show begin.
You're listening to
Chonilla.com.
Clause in there. So you can't have sex with a porcupine if it's your pet.
Right. Yeah. Man,
That's just fucked up, man. That is fucked up. Anyways.
I didn't realize I'm this short. Wow. It's very weird.
What made you realize you're short?
Because right now my chair's really high, and I guess because I have the same chairs we have in this studio as the one I guess the same too, your office and my office as well. Mm-hmm. And maybe because I wear heels, I can touch the floor, but man, this chair's high. Like I'm like, I feel like that character from Little Britain, Do 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 do
in a galaxy far, far away.
So I was talking to you about what you do when someone at work sends you signal that they don't like you. I was telling you, like, I feel this sense of this person is like, just like, we'll say good morning to everyone and then blatantly feels like they're blatantly ignoring me, and it's like and what bugs
From
me,
what you told me, it doesn't feel like they're ignoring you. They're purposefully ignoring you.
For sure. And it feels like it's not the fact that they ignore, that they're not saying hello, that bugs me. It's the fact that they're purposely about it, and that it's like, fucking be a man or a woman and grow some balls or vagina.
It's a lack of character.
And
That's all there is to
fucking, and just, like, don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I don't like someone, I'm not going to blatantly pretend or be passive aggressive on, I'm going to make damn sure I don't like your ass. I'm like, I don't fucking give two fuck. You don't exist. You know what I mean?
But you want to know something? We're
cordial. I'll be cordial, but I don't need to, like, go out of my way to make sure that.
But even with someone,
hi, you and you and you, and then be quiet when there's one more person left in the room to say you.
Even if there's like, for me, even if I dislike a person, I'll still be courteous to them.
Right, I'll be cordial. Same here.
Yeah, like, it's not like I'm gonna be like, yeah, you know what, I don't like you, so I'm gonna tell you to your fucking face because I keep it real. I don't like your ass.
Right.
It's not like that. It's just like, am I going to ask them if they want to hang out with me at my place? Nope.
Right.
Am I going to ask if they want to go out for drinks? Nope.
No. Exactly.
So, are we going to smoke a joint together ever? No. Because you're an asshole. But I'm still going to be nice to you.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
I'm not going to, like...
from human to human type of thing.
Yeah. And I just wouldn't want anyone to think that it's okay to treat people like that. You know what I mean? And especially me. Like, I'm not going to treat anybody like that.
Exactly. I just find it weirded out that...
And I've confronted a guy like that who, sorry to cut you off, I confronted a guy like that who would do that to me because he saw me as a threat, right? He saw me as a new talent in the studio.
Right.
He saw me as a threat, and he would do that kind of thing. He would, like, just be really passive aggressive, like a real bitch about things, right? And confronting him about it only somehow empowered him when I said, like, why are you being such a dick? And it's like, oh, I didn't realize that my behavior was affecting you so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, go fuck yourself. Like, it's a no-win situation with people like that. So they're constantly looking for that feeling that they've got one up on you. You know what I mean? So it's fuck them.
Yeah. It
Assholes are assholes, and they're always going to be assholes. And you can rest assured that that the level of their assholeness has only been dictated by the level of assholeness they've received from someone else. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's like the bully, knows a bully.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So, anyways.
It's funny because literally we had this conversation like yesterday, you and I, right? I walked in the house and I was like, I fucking hate it when,
You weren't like that.
What?
You weren't like, fuck this, I fucking hate it. You were like, oh man, this fucking dude at work. Oh. Like you were
or dudette.
You were calm.
Or dudette.
I call girls dude. I call you dude.
True.
But it's when you came home, it was way more casual than that.
You're right. I mean, inside I felt like, like, yeah. Anyway, that threw me off what you just said.
What?
Because you're like, oh, you weren't like that. I don't know. Anyway.
You weren't though.
I know. I just did. I don't know. I was in a train. Oh yeah. This is what I was going to say. So they.
Sorry?
So no, there's
question mark?
No question mark. No, I'm kidding. I don't know why I did that. I like to throw you off and weird you out.
I'm not thrown off.
Shit. So, So this morning, right? So I come in. After that conversation we had, I was like, I was like, fuck that. You know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. I'm not fucking playing a game. If you're being blatant, that's fine. I don't have to fucking acknowledge your existence. You know what I mean? That's just that. It was kind of like my, you know what? No fucking big deal. Threw it out there, So I come in this morning, didn't even think about it. Walk in. Say good morning to, good morning. And that person walked by and I just was like, don't have to say good morning to you. And that person fucking said good morning to me. And I was like, what the fuck? Like,
wait, say that again. Go break that down for me again.
So I walk in the office.
Were you like, who the fuck are you talking to? Good morning. Fuck you and your good morning.
But it was weird.
But wait, break it down for me again. So the person you thought was not going to say good morning to you.
The person who's been kind of like, I felt like, what the fuck is this weird vibe? You know what I mean? And I was kind of like made my decision. Like, you know what? It's no big deal. I'm not stressing about it. It's not even something I'm going to think about anymore.
Okay.
And I kind of left it for myself if that person says something, then I say something. If they're not going to say nothing, I'm not going to say nothing. You know what I mean? Like if I'm going to be polite because that person, saying if they're going to talk to me.
Right, but okay, I get your intention behind it, but what was the actual scenario? Like, break down the scenario
was
again.
I walked in the office.
Yes.
And the area where when I walked in, there was that person and two other people.
Okay, 3 people.
3 people, right? So the 2 people were already there, and that person was walking towards my direction.
Yes.
So the 2 people that was already at their desk type of thing when I walked in was, like, hey, good morning. I was like, hey guys, good morning, and then and then after I said good morning, I look directly at that person and that person looked directly at me. Now, usually that person will just be like, you know what I mean? Like not even acknowledge. And it's not even acknowledged. That person just would look at me and just kind of be blatant on, like, you know what I mean? Pure eye contact, but blatantly not even fucking nodding a head.
He'd look at you and say, good morning, everybody, but Shirley.
She looked at me.
You're making a big deal out of it.
I know. So, but when I walked in, as I'm walking...
I would like to say good morning to everyone but Shirley today. Good morning, everyone but Shirley.
Right. But then it was the first time. It was weird because I was really like, kind of like you put out something and your vibe or you put out the energy like, this is not a stressor. This is not even something I'm thinking about anymore, right? And so... And
they said good morning.
Right.
Okay.
And it was like, whoa.
Did you tell him to stick that good morning up his ass?
No.
No?
I was like, good. I was like, oh, good morning.
Stick it right up your ass, asshole.
I can imagine him be like, what the fuck is wrong with this chick?
Oh, my God.
And
that's right. I'm on to you, bucko.
And I thought, like, wow, this is Murphy's Law or something. This is very interesting. Anyway, that's the most I could say.
The thing about douchebags, they can be predictable and unpredictable. I guess.
They're crazy. Yeah.
Crazy. That's what it is. It's crazy is unpredictable.
Yeah. Should we do the countdown or another one?
Sure.
Top 10 things bosses never tell employees.
All right.
I thought this would be
I got to open this up, right?
You sure? To kind of read along?
All right.
Not to read along, I should say.
Sounds good.
And this be interesting because, you're a boss. You make TC. Was it
TPS reports?
TPS reports. Are you pulling it up?
It's already up.
Oh. So there's a lot you don't know about your employees, especially the things your employees will never tell you. There's also a lot of employees don't know about you. Huh? Anyway, here are 10 things business owners wish they could say to employees. Ooh. I care about whether you like me. Is that true?
It is.
Really?
Yes.
I want you to like me when I come off like a hard ass who doesn't care about your opinion of me. It's an act. My business is an extension of myself, and I want you to like it and me.
No, that's incorrect.
Okay.
That's incorrect.
But this is from a business owner perspective. But I see what you're saying.
Right. But it's more like, I really don't know how to deal with people. This is the best way I know how. I hope that you'll still like me once I've done this. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's
even when I'm a hard ass.
Well, the thing about being a hard ass is there's two philosophies about it. You can sit there and you can pound something into somebody's head and say, like, I want it done this way. Or you can, engage them in a conversation and find out what they feel the best way is and kind of have a conversation about it. You know what I mean? So I think for me, it's showing respect, that what this person brings to the table is valuable.
Okay.
And what happens is a lot of time managers don't let the people that work for them speak. You know what I mean? Because they want to be, because the managers think they're right, or the managers want to have the last word, or the managers don't want to be shown up, or the managers, you know what I mean? It's a lot of insecurity in there, you know what I mean, with bad managers. Bad managers are just very insecure. And as long as if they can work on that insecurity and they can work on becoming more open to the fact that they're not the best contributor on their team, that they're not the smartest person on the team, and it's not about finding out who is, but it's acknowledging that everybody brings a really valuable piece to the table.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. It might get pretty
We'll do like the first three.
Okay. Well, we'll just keep going, and I'll try not to hijack it too much.
No, it's okay.
Okay, so the next one, I don't think I know everything. I don't think I know everything. A few people stepped in without being asked and made a huge difference in my professional life. I will always be grateful to them, and I don't offer you advice because I think I am all-knowing or all-powerful. I see something special in you, and I'm repaying the debt I owe to the people who helped me. I don't know, sounds a little bit hippie to me, you know what I mean? But it depends on the manager. Some managers really think they know everything and they know what's best.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think the better managers they realize they don't know everything.
I think better managers too, they talk to it's communicated in a way like, well, take it from my experience, I have had this experience. This is what I've noticed most of the time. And, in situations like this, situations like that, or this kind of stuff. And I take it for what it's worth.
Yeah. And I acknowledge you may know more than me in this situation. And I'm just going to listen. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I think it's great when you're having fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
That I agree with. And there was, I've had this before, feedback coming back saying, like, what's going on? How come everybody seems to be having a good time?
What? Where?
And
who said that?
This was at previous studios. How come,
About what? About your team?
Yeah.
Really?
And it just has to be met with reminding them that, if you got this kind of news, like, every day for the past month, then sure, maybe it's a problem then. But this is like, a one-time deal
Here and
in every other week or whatever, where the team is actually bonding and they're laughing and they're having a good time.
Our team is like that. Our
So-
team is like that.
so
Everybody
yeah.
always says that about our team.
So I think it's great when you're having fun. You don't have to lower your voice and pretend to be working hard when I walk by. That's true. That's true.
Yeah, we do that.
I've
too.
actually said, like,
Even with our manager, who's pretty
Yeah.
like cool.
I've actually walked by and conversations gotten lower, and then I start whispering with them. I'm like, what are you guys talking about?
Are they like?
Yeah. Some guys are pretty mature and they kind of kick out of that gear, and they'll be like, oh yeah, no, I think it's a natural thing. Your manager comes by, you don't know what kind of day they've had, and you don't know, and especially if they're like an unpredictable manager, then you have to like kind of do the body language thing where you're looking at them to see if their body language is okay. So
Right, it's getting you feel like, are you super stressed? Because if you're super stressed, I'm not.
That's why I try and adopt that, the Obama philosophy of a good manager never has a bad day. So yeah. So when I'm at work, I'm always like. And
my manager kind of has that philosophy too. Like I told you, I was amazed. Like he was having a stressful moment. Like I've never seen him like that.
Yeah.
All of us were like, holy shit.
I've talked to other managers who say like, I had a bad day and I'm not proud of it, but I'm only human and stuff like that.
Right.
And I tell them that's true, but
it comes with experience to snap out of it. Oh, go ahead.
It's what I was trying to say is that the idea is that you're in a position now where you have to kind of own that feeling, and you got to be able to say like, I'm not going to have a bad day today, or even if I am having a bad day, that when I'm talking to my team, it's just, hey guys, how's it going? I mean, just stay consistent with your team, and I think that makes you a better manager.
That's true.
Yeah.
I want to pay you more. I would love to be the employer of choice in the industry or the area. I can't, mostly due to financial constraint, but partly because of the risks. I've taken require a reasonable reward. If I go out of business tomorrow, you lose your job. That's terrible, I know, but I lose my business, my investment, my credit, my house, sometimes I lose everything.
I can see that.
That's different perspective. And that's why you were talking about, remember you talking to me about your French teacher and how he was telling you like, who do you think you should get paid more, a bus driver or a university professor? Yeah,
that's just closed-minded,
right? Or a CEO. So should CEO makes like so much money?
Yeah, should CEOs get this crazy golden parachute? And
right. And I was thinking, and until I had that conversation with you, I was saying I was even thought about it. I was like, yeah, you know what? I used to think that with CEOs, and I thought, but these guys have the responsibility of not only the lives of their employees, but their employees have their own lives. Like, so he's responsible for that employee and their family and that employee's security. They breathe, they wake up, that's their life, and they sacrifice their own lives for you to have a secure jobs, to have like, you know what I mean? A career or whatever it is. And these guys, may not, this is their life to wake up with every single day that you have to think about your business. The
bottom line is with these golden parachutes, a lot of people disagree with them.
Right.
But try to imagine yourself in a position that a single decision you make could crash a company's stock price.
Company.
And that could mean thousands of people could lose their jobs.
Right.
So the reason that the only way a person can make decisions under that kind of pressure,
everyday pressure too,
is knowing that if he's made a wrong decision, he still can walk away from it. Okay, do you know what I mean? And that's why they get the golden parachute. That's why these CEOs get paid lots of money, because I couldn't imagine being like, it's the same thing with sports players, right? I couldn't imagine someone being over my shoulder every day, every time I show up for work, even when I don't show up for work, even when I'm thinking about work or when I'm practicing, you know what I mean? Or when I'm at home working on my own stuff, somebody's over my shoulder, putting stats down of everything I do, like how many times I click the mouse, how many keys I push, how many times a stroke of my Wacom tablet I do. All that is put into statistics, and then that's used to determine my pay.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're going to do that, then you got to pay me a lot of fucking money. And that's what it is with sports people. They are scrutinized so much that you need to pay them accordingly.
Right.
You know what I mean? And when it comes to like Michael Jordan's and stuff like that, if you can clearly see that the ticket sales are affected by if that player is playing or not, if a Michael Jordan type player is out of a game, and he is he's injured, and they know he's injured for 6 months, and the home stadium knows they are going to lose money for the next 6 months because he's not playing, then you need to pay him. You need to pay him accordingly.
Right.
You know, so, and with all those stats and all that telemetry they gain on each one of these players, they can divide that money very evenly by performance, by popularity. You know, so. Yeah.
Crazy.
So and a lot of people, they pay basketball players too much money.
Yeah, but it's just basketball, and that's what people think, right?
No.
They look at the surface. They look
When
at,
you want a piece of the
wow,
pie-
you get paid to play basketball.
Yeah.
But these guys are under pressure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I saw a video of, it was a cool video of Will Ferrell introducing, I think it was the Chicago Bulls versus the Hornets or something.
Yeah.
And he was joking around, and he's saying like, number 22 still lives with his mother, and these guys
They got their game faces on.
Man,
Yeah.
they weren't even laughing. Maybe I caught one or two.
A little smirk here and there, but
Yeah. That kind of got out of it, but then you could tell they're trying to slowly get back into it.
Yeah.
But
Think
man,
of the pressure.
these guys are coming out. We're not laughing. They were like so zoned.
Think of the pressure.
in playing.
Think of the pressure these college basketball players have. They're not even getting paid yet, and they're being scrutinized.
Right.
Like they're being sized up
Right.
to see if they even qualify to play in the whatever the major leagues are.
It's a lot of pressure.
Do you know what I mean?
That's their that's their parachuter. That's their. Yeah.
So unless you're willing to be scrutinized that much at your job, then fuck you. Let them get paid what they want to get paid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like if you knew that driving you being a bus driver for a certain company, because you're such a good bus driver and because you have such good stats, that more people are utilizing that bus line,
Right.
then you should get paid more.
That's true.
Do you know what I mean? If you're bringing in more income, then you should get more income.
Yeah, if you're responsible for a bus line that is very busy, but at the same time, like what you said was such a great point. They're responsible. They're part of a system in order to make a city sustainable, and that the city continues to flow and move and minimize traffic and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was explaining to my French teacher, because he was saying that it wasn't fair that bus drivers make more money than university professors. And I was like, well, maybe if university professors were part of a system that actually kept the city moving and kept the economy going, then sure, pay them accordingly.
Right.
But a bus driver on a certain route, if he's sick that day and that bus can't go, or he's part of almost an entity that's almost like a living organism.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
So you have
that's there, but
Yeah.
kind of not there. You don't really notice it, but it's yeah, I see what you're saying.
you have to compensate these people accordingly. You know what I
Right.
mean? So if you get to, it's proportionate to the city size, it's proportionate to a lot of things, but it's the bottom line is there's a reason why people get paid the money that they get paid. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And for you to it's so ignorant to just stand on the sidelines and say basketball players make way too much money.
Right.
Really?
But he's a basketball
Really?
player. Why should he make all that money?
Yeah. Ask the guy who had to take one shot from the free throw line to try and win $1 million.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like that with the crowd screaming
as much as possible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because that's what you're paying for. That's what you're being paid for. You're being paid to be consistent. As soon as you stop being consistent, as soon as your performance starts to dip, as soon as you have fucking family problems or whatever the fuck that's going to affect your performance. And the reason that they look at it so tightly is because they can tell. They can tell that your performance is going down. Do you know what I mean? They got machines, man. They got computers with. They got 6 people per basketball player putting in stats like every time the distance they run, the time that they have the ball in their hand. All this stuff matters, and it's all broken down in terms of like this player is now worth this much money. Can you imagine being evaluated like that at your work?
That'd be nuts. I see. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah. Yeah.
Everything you do.
Yeah. Yeah.
You slip by a percent, and that could slip you into a category within your contract that says we now have to renegotiate your contract because you're not performing
Right.
up to what this contract is up to par. Like I'm sure it's not as cold as that, and I'm
Right.
sure there's like a lot of wiggle room in there that you negotiate and stuff. But it's the same thing. Like players, if they're like football players, if they're expected to be so aggressive, then they need something in their clause that says if they hurt themselves being that aggressive, that they're fine and they can live the rest of their life and they've got insurance and they've got, do you know what I mean? They're not fucked because they blew out their knee for a team, for a game, for a Super Bowl or whatever it is.
They
you know
have
what
to
I mean?
have some kind of insurance as well.
And that's why the performance in the CFL is not as intense as the performance in the NFL because the CFL, they all have day jobs.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? If they blow out a knee, they lose their football career and they lose their regular career if they're a mechanic or whatever. You know what I mean? So that's anyways. Pay they're being paid appropriately. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
another one, honey. You want to do the next one?
Actually, I'd like to take a break.
Oh yes, yeah. My back needs it for a little. I need to stretch. Hey, you can listen to us on Stitcher. Use promo code Chonilla to download and be entered for a chance to win $100.
By the way, if you're listening to Chonilla.com on Stitcher, you can share us on Twitter and Facebook, and you can give us a thumbs up. I've heard you sing, I now believe in God.
Yeah, for real.
All right.
Or you're an alien.
All right. Top 10 things bosses never want you to know?
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yes.
Let's see. What did we do? I want you to work here forever?
No.
Okay. I want you to work here forever. Job hopping may be a fact of business life, but as an owner, it's a fact I hate. I don't see you as a disposable part. When you leave, it hurts. A part of me feels like I've failed. That explains a lot. Right?
Right. And I was telling you, like, sometimes people leave and they don't know how to deal with it.
But you get an insecure boss and they start getting
ignoring you?
No, they start getting really mad.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, fuck, man.
Right?
Wow.
Yeah, they get really upset.
So you think that person felt like
maybe
old boss felt like he failed?
Like he failed me, yeah. Maybe.
So he was pissed off about that.
Maybe.
No, he's crazy. No, honey. That dude, man, was scared. That was fucking fear.
All right.
That was fear because he was
I
like,
don't want to get sued,
holy
Shirley.
shit.
Stop.
Okay.
I don't want to get sued. Let's leave it at that.
That happened a long time ago.
Yeah, yeah.
That was fucking
You're right.
fear.
Fuck that guy.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. That's my motto when I drink.
Shirley goes through stages when she drinks.
What's my stages again?
Your stages are like
not just drinking, but when I get lit too.
Yeah, you just go through the stage where you're like, I just want to get high.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck, can I just get high, please?
Yeah.
You get frustrated that you're not high.
Yeah.
And then you start getting high, and then things start getting good, and then you get into this you turn into this gangster. You're just like, I don't give a fuck. It's like this, and I don't care. And then you get into the paranoid stage. Right? People like me, right, Glove? Yes, baby, you're fine. Fuck, man.
I'll go to bed.
So stupid.
What's this? Oh, yeah. Sales don't appear by magic. I know you despise filling certain type of orders. They're aggravating. They cause you to fall behind. They're pain. You wish you would sell other work. Unfortunately, for your point of view, at least, sometimes the orders that take the most time are actually the most profitable. That's so true.
And even if they aren't, sometimes those orders are the only thing we can sell.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I even take terrible at work because it's the only way to keep the lights on.
Mm-hmm. Keep the lights on.
So,
so weird. It doesn't move.
Yeah, I was going to say something about this. That the part about this is that a lot of times what your expectations are at work aren't clear. You know what I mean? Like it'll come up with there's some shit work to do, and it becomes like, if you have the option to avoid it, you're going to avoid it. But I think the key here is to be very transparent and let the people know that, like, I expect you to do this kind of work. Do you know what I mean? And these are the reasons why. And these are the benefits from doing this work. And this is one of the reasons that we're giving you a paycheck. You know what I mean? Is to handle this work sometimes.
Yeah.
So if you can both recognize that it's not the most favorable job, but at least recognize that there's a benefit to doing that job and that everybody's got to contribute.
Yep. Yep.
I would love to turn you loose. You can't stand to be micromanaged. That's good because I hate micromanaging. But freedom is earned, not given. Show me you can fly on your own, and I'll gladly focus on something or someone else. Yeah, I don't know about that, man. Like, some managers are just terrible, and they just want to micromanage.
Oh, fuck yeah.
They just
agreed.
And it's not that they don't trust you; it's that they have trust issues. Period.
That's right.
Do you know what I mean?
Did you hear that? If you have a manager or boss that micromanages you, remember that, because a lot of people don't think that.
Right.
You know, sometimes they think it's a personal thing. You know, that it's a problem that person, that boss or manager, is putting on them, or it looks at them and down, you know, that they looks like they're beneath them. But meanwhile, it's much deeper than that. Like what you said, it's more really an insecurity that your manager or boss is going through, but masking it by micromanaging, you know? Yeah.
Yep.
I notice when others don't pull their weight.
Okay.
True. I'm not blind, but I won't discipline those individuals in front of you. No employees, no matter how poorly they perform, loses their right to confidentiality and privacy.
Yeah, so no matter how badly they perform, you can't talk about it.
Oh, for sure.
The manager,
Yeah.
Yeah, that is correct. You know, you do get those low performers at work, and you do get the people who complain about the low performers.
Yes.
And you just have to let them know that you're aware of what's happening, and you're going to take their feedback under consideration.
The proper steps too. Yeah.
There are things I just can't tell you, even though I would love to, and even though you and I have become friends. That's very, very true.
Very true.
Very true. Even though I promote like transparency as much as possible.
But you have you have a job as well.
Yeah.
You have certain things though, as someone of your position, have to abide by.
If there is information that could possibly affect stock prices, then I can't share that.
Right.
Yeah. But that's the thing. I tell the guys that. You know what I mean? I'll tell them, like, if a question comes up about a specific thing, and if I say something about it, it could damage the company, I'll tell them I can't tell you because it could damage the company. You know what I mean? I don't pretend like I don't know.
Right.
Like, I'll be clear that I do know, but this is one of those times that I can't share it with you because of X reason.
Yeah. I've been in that position. My manager did that, yeah. Ownership is the smorgasbord of insecurity. I worry about sales. I worry about costs. I worry about facilities and employees and vendors and customers, and you name it. I worry about it. So occasionally I'm snappy. Occasionally I'm distracted. Occasionally I'm tense and irritated and short-tempered. It's not your fault. I'm just worried. More than anything, I'm worried about whether I can fulfill the trust you placed in me as your employer.
So being the owner comes with a lot of insecurity.
Because you're only human.
That says a lot.
About?
No one.
Don't want to get sued.
Maybe in a couple of years I'll have enough cojones to share that story, but
oh man,
we'll see.
Yeah.
We shall see.
Where are we in the news?
We are in the news.
Are we? Really?
We are.
In the news!
What's your news? What's your news?
Yeah. I love that. Men who film themselves drinking and driving charges cops. That was something you found.
Yeah, men who film themselves drinking and driving face charges from the cops. Montreal. This is in Montreal. Police say they've arrested two men who filmed themselves drinking and driving on a Quebec road. The driver, Alexandre Turmel, 24, and the passenger, Maxime Beaulieu, Those are such Quebec names, man. 23 were arrested by provincial police Thursday and detained overnight. The video shows a pair of men hurtling through the streets of Quebec Village at up to 145 kilometers an hour. Wow.
That's crazy.
Narrowly avoiding pedestrians. A concerned citizen alerted the QMI agency to the video clip uploaded on February 8th, which shows the men laughing, joking, and drinking booze in and around Lister, Quebec. About a 2-hour drive northeast of Montreal. At one point, the car brushes past 2 pedestrians walking a dog, prompting the men to pretend to cry out in agony as if they had hit the bystanders.
Wow.
Yeah. That's
the
crazy.
car passed by so close to pedestrian that everyone remembered what happened. She said, that's what got them. This is my impression of French people.
The car passes so close to the pedestrians that everyone remembered what happened. She said.
Oh, man.
All right.
Jamal faces charges of dangerous driving in Beaulieu with being an accomplice, police said. The men are scheduled to appear in court. It's official, honey. This is my little surprise. Schwartz, the famous Schwartz.
Yes.
Sold to group including Celine Dion's family.
Wow.
Yeah. The rumors have been confirmed. Schwartz Deli has been sold to a group that includes Celine Dion and her husband René Angélil. The Nakis family was also involved in the purchase, which was announced in the news release late Monday.
I'm gonna go in front of. I'm gonna go in front of that store and wear a sign that says Celine Dion owns this place.
Celine Dion is the true owner of Montreal.
Of Schwartz.
Yeah, they would love it. They love her here. The sales price earlier, so the Nikis was also involved in the purchase, which was announced in the news release late Monday. The sales price earlier rumored to be $10 million wasn't disclosed. Angélil, who had previously been part owner of the Nichols restaurant chain in the 1990s, tried to play down concerns the iconic deli would undergo major changes or be franchised. Of course, we'll make a few improvements as necessary, but we're not interested in diluting the brand by franchising or making the deli something that it isn't.
That's what they always
said
say
in the statement.
That's
I know. I just hope they're not going to tell them to go through a makeover, because that's the beauty of that
they will.
place.
No,
but I have a feeling
because Celine
they will.
Dion knows what's better for everything, and she knows what's best for Schwartz. And if she owned it, this is what she would do with it, and she's gonna fuck it up. I know she is.
It's truly one of a kind, and we intend to keep it this way.
Sure you do.
Angélil added that he's been a fan of the restaurant for a long time. I have so many great memories of being there with the guys and with Celine and our families throughout the years. He said it's the most unique restaurant in the world, and we're thrilled to be part of it. It means a lot to us, and we're very happy to be involved in this venture with the Nakis family.
Yeah, they're gonna ruin it. Say bye to Schwartz. We should go get some sandwiches soon, because it won't be like that for long.
Yeah, for real.
Yep.
Yeah, it was founded in 1928. Schwartz has become world famous for its smoked meat.
Smoked meat sandwich.
It is delish. Actually,
that's one of the last meals I had.
I shouldn't say it's delish. I like smoked meat. It's delish, but I have not tasted a Schwartz smoked meat. Have you?
Yeah, it's one of the last things I had before. Do you remember when when I worked here?
Yes.
At that on that IMAX film.
Right.
It was one of the last meals I had here before heading back.
Oh,
yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't check out any of those kind of places because I was at home with the baby.
Right. Let's talk about that.
Okay. Are movie theaters concession prices over the top?
Yep.
Yeah.
$6 for a drink? Yes.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Filmmakers love underdog stories, tales of the little guys who won a big fight against all odds. One moviegoer in Detroit who is taking on a giant movie theater chain is hoping life will imitate art. According to the Detroit Free Press, Joshua Thompson has filed a class action lawsuit against his local AMC theater in hopes of forcing the change to lower its snack prices. It's hard to justify prices that are 3 or 4 times higher than anywhere else.
Yeah.
It's true. It makes no freaking sense.
Yeah. It cost me to go see a movie, single person, $25.
Yeah.
That's with popcorn and a drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And it's junk food. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like
think of it this
at
way.
least give me a freaking fresh
Yeah.
Caesar salad.
If you get a family,
with that.
if you get an adult, 2 adult tickets and a child ticket as a family, you get a little bit of a discount on that. But then you get the family pack popcorn, which is like $28.
Yeah, it's really
$28 for 3 people.
No,
Just for
it's
food.
more.
Yes. Yeah,
For
well,
food only?
Yes.
That's you're counting food only.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, and that's not with the
Because
ticket price.
because when you buy the ticket price, you get that, like, do you want to add this to your order? Do you want to add the family pack to your
an
order?
extra $5 or whatever.
No. The family pack was $28. I remember it specifically, and I was like, "What?"
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
bad news.
Yeah. For him, the price differences is simply unjustifiable. His suit argues that the theater chain violates the Michigan Consumer Protection Act because by charging too much for snacks. I was like, whoa. Thompson is seeking refunds for customers who were overcharged and any other civil penalties that the judge is willing to grant.
There won't be any money coming out of that because nobody is holding a gun to your head for you to pay those prices.
Yeah.
You paid those prices.
And, I mean,
They said these are the prices we're offering, and you said, "Okay, here."
and it's
They're
ridiculous.
not going to pay you back.
I mean, they charge you drinks for the price of a beer
Yeah,
at a bar.
yeah.
Give me fucking beer if you're going to charge me that much.
Give me a vodka
Give
tonic.
me a freaking rum and Coke with some popcorn.
Yeah, give me a rum runner and a shot of whiskey.
Yeah, with some Caesar salad.
Tell you what, why don't you give me the bar and I'll drink up as much as I want.
Right. Yeah.
Next story.
Yes.
Canada is ranked 10th for healthcare. Did you know that?
No.
I thought we were higher than that. Yeah. No, Canada is ranked 10th. Chronic disease are straining Canada's healthcare system, according to a new report from a think tank that ranked the country's 10th out of 17 peer countries for its population's health. The Ottawa-based Conference Board of Canada released a report this week in which Canada received an overall B grade on 11 health indicators. Grades of A for self-reported health status, mortality due to circulatory disease, and premature mortality were brought down by C grades for mortality due to musculoskeletal diseases, mortality due to cancer, and mortality due to diabetes. Canada is facing a growing burden from chronic diseases such as diabetes and cancer. The conference board's Gabriela Prada said in a release, the future health of Canadians depends not only on the quality of the healthcare system, but also on education about chronic disease risk factors and increased emphasis on prevention. Japan, Switzerland, and Italy were at the top of the rankings.
Wow. And Italy eats a lot.
With overall A grades. In order for Canada to improve its health ranking and by extension its healthcare system, the report recommends the country adopt a healthcare model that focuses on primary care practices such as preventing and managing chronic disease.
I think the 3 countries they talk about too, Japan, Switzerland, and Italy, I believe, I'm not 100% sure on that, don't quote me on it, but from what my awareness is, they eat fresher things. You know? People there take time to cook and not do so much fast food, and you know what I mean? Like it's all about, and I mean Italy, they eat all the time.
Yeah.
But healthy stuff. They drink wine you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and their health is better.
So that's it for the
Crazy.
news?
Yes, sir.
What's your news? What's your news? What's your news? What's your news?
All right.
Been dying to play that
I
shit.
know, Canada. So some shout outs and feedback.
Sounds good.
So I've been basically, I had a little brain freeze there.
Yeah, no kidding.
Finding interesting.
Got cold over here.
Chonilla couples, and we have some few Chonilla couples that we posted back in January, on January 4th, the 11th, and the 18th.
Chonilla couples, whoop whoop.
First one is Valak and Joey. Their story, and you can see that on chonilla.com/chonilla-love. Or if you click on, when you go on our website, the little Cho and Nilla, and then click on Chonilla couples, and you'll see all the Chonilla couples that we've had and mentioned.
Hey,
on the
Valak
show.
and Joey, good to have you.
So Valak and Joey, I was born in the UK, and he was born in the USA. Mm-hmm. He is 34 and me 40. Been together for 5 months. We met on March 14th, 2008. Mm-hmm. Been together. His family are one of the lovely people I've ever seen in my life. Mine don't have any problem with us dating. They're very supportive. He has always told me to be myself no matter what.
Oh.
That's Valak and Joey. The next Chonilla couple, I was going to say, next time we have Chonilla couples, you should play Ebony
and Ivory go together.
And you don't have to be, by the way, you do not have to
harmony.
be a black or white couple to be, of white race or black race to be a Chonilla couple. Chonilla for us is any interracial couple of any race. It doesn't matter. It's just black and white is the extreme, colors, so, all right. We got Mia and Kenneth. Mia is actually a hardcore Chonillian.
What's up, Mia?
So Mia
is
and
Kenny's girl, at Kenny's girl on Twitter.
On Twitter, yes. Kenny is from Missouri. I'm from Chicago. But we both live in Little Rock, Arkansas. We're both 39 and we met online. We've been together for 1.5 years. And the question is, what has been the response for your family and friends in regards to dating outside your race? My family is very supportive, and he has some jerks in his family, but his sis, mother, brother, and niece, nephew are great. I've proved to him that everybody is not a liar. I showed him that there is such thing as true love. He showed me that I can be accepted as I am. Aww. That's Mia and Kenneth.
What a bounce, baby. You are black. I am white. Life's an Eskimo pie. Let's take a bite. That was groovy thinking. Lincoln, when you set them free. We all know cats are the same. Maine to Mexico. Good, bad guys and chicks.
I am dark and you are light.
You are blind as a bat.
Now we have sight.
Side by side, you are my amigo. Negro, let's not fight.
Ebony
That's
and
good.
Ivory,
Good, Steve.
just living in perfect harmony.
We're talking salt and pepper. Stevie and me are peachy keen.
You are white.
You are black. And who cares? Who cares, baby?
Anyways, made me think of that.
Yeah.
You are blind as a bat, and I have sight.
The last Chonilla couple that we've had, and there's so many more to come. We have some that are really interesting. Everyone's interesting. Marcin and Mary Ocal or Oshal?
I'm going to say Okel.
Oco?
Yeah.
That would make sense. Marcin
Mary Okel.
and Mary Oco.
Yeah.
So,
If we're pronouncing it wrong, let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where are you and your partner from? I, Marcin.
Those are nice names.
I think, right?
Marcin and Marioko.
Yeah. I'm from Poland, and my wife, Mary, comes from Kenya. I'm 34. Mary's 28. We met 5 years ago, 2007 of February, while I visited Nairobi. I got into a local shop where Mary worked as a customer service rep for Safari.com mobile phones. We found ourselves very friendly, and our relationship boosted. How long have they been together? We are married. We're been married for a year and 2 months. And the question, what been the response from your families and friends in regards to dating outside your race? Our families were against it at first.
Really?
They've heard about our choice. My Polish relatives never had other ethnics in the family other than Caucasian. Also, on Mary's side, it didn't go easy, but time showed both were wrong as our love decided to listen only to each other. Now, each of us is living and work far from our family. We are in the UK now, where we settled down. Our child was born.
Oh, congratulations, guys.
Week ago. Maybe now it's like, and this story I received in January 5th of 2012. So
congratulations.
And this lovely baby girl nailed our love for good. Since I came to Africa the first time, Chad 2005, I knew my wife must be Black ethnic, as it's the only one really fascinating me. I stopped thinking about any other ways for myself and my family had to accept. We learned more about our culture differences than about the fact of being of different human race. We learned about to be patient and take more time to understand our cultural backgrounds. Ethnic wasn't first and most important differences for us, as we both are in a place where people heard and lived since centuries
with mixed couples.
Yeah, sometimes in some places we are watched more than you can expect, but this is just like spice added to a nice meal, and this is what makes our society colorful, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And then what have you learned from one another, or the best advice you have ever received from your partner? We are really positive about the future, and the fact the world will see our fruit of love will hopefully encourage others to go for, I guess, this kind of relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
congratulations on your tomorrow people.
We saw that on Shameless, and it was like, oh my god, that's amazing.
This guy is in a Chonilla relationship.
Yeah,
and he calls mixed race babies
tomorrow
people.
I think I want to start like a tomorrow people picture thing on our blog.
Tomorrowpeople.com.
Tomorrow people and a bunch of mixed kids or people.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Yeah, so those are the Chonilla couple, and like I said, so many more. And if you want to share your love, like I said, and again, you don't have to be just in a black-white, relationship. It's of any race. The idea is to celebrate in, IR love.
Thanks for sharing, guys. And that's one of the reasons why we got into this, is because we wanted to hear other stories. We find our story pretty good, but we also... You can't even imagine like the differences in stories, but also the similarities in stories. So we're just fascinated by that, and fascinated by, just how people react. Mm-hmm. So thanks for sharing. Appreciate it a lot.
See.
All right. I got a Twitter shout out. I got a new Twitter follower, and her name is Brandy. She's at the Brandy.
Ooh.
Excuse me. She's a writer, stand-up comic, brand strategist, former library board member, book nerd. Hopefully she'll get a kick out of the clothes notes.
Yeah.
News trivia buff. Also a pop culture media studies, sports, especially hockey, podcaster, and I don't know what EPH means.
No idea, so I'll have to...
F.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. I'd like to do a shout
Thanks
out.
for following at the Brandy.
Yes, I'd like to do a shout out to Rich Jones 15.
Rich Jones, my man.
We Too Strong, still growing, always striving, forever grinding. Halifax, Montreal, Carolina representative. We want to give a big shout out to Rich Jones 15. We had a pleasure meeting him face to face, and look forward to
That was a good meal too.
Yes, it was. Yeah. And look forward to work alongside with Rich Jones, with Rich on Chonilla and any other aspirations and things that he'd like to bring forth as well.
Yeah, Rich Jones talked about doing some writing and stuff like that, so we'll try and get some collaborations going with him. Mm-hmm. Very cool.
Yes.
You'll be hearing from us, Rich.
That's right.
Yeah. You don't know. He doesn't know what he's gotten himself into.
You have no idea. I'm going to start stalking you, boy.
All right. So we'll get to the sign-off quote?
Yes.
Okay. To be nobody but yourself in a world which is doing its best, night and day, to make you everybody else means to fight the hardest battle which any human being can fight and never stop fighting.
You're the best
around. Nothing's ever gonna bring you down. And that's from E.E. Cummings.
Cool. Well, that's it for tonight.
Mm-hmm.
That's it for the Chonilla.com podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Feel free to join us, Chonilla.com. Google us, Chonilla.com, and you'll find many ways to connect with us. And don't forget to give us a call. We want to hear from you. We love to. You never know, we might pick up the phone. That's 514.
That's scary. You're going to scare them now.
Okay, we won't pick up the phone.
Hello? Hello?
Do leave a message. We want to hear you. We want to hear your review, thoughts, ideas, anything you want to vent. Go ahead and call us. 514-418-6810. Again, that's 514-418-6810. Good night, everyone.
Talk to you guys later. Chonilla.com is now on Stitcher. Listen to us on your iPhone, Android phone, BlackBerry, and free. Stitcher is smart radio for your phone. Go to Stitcher.com and download it for free today. Oh yeah, and we'd really appreciate a thumbs up.
Go to Chonilla.com.